What hope do you have to hold to?
Shakespeare's Macbeth. It's scary. You sit in the dark with strangers.
Shakespeare's Macbeth or O'Casey's The Plough and the Stars aren't plays with simple freedom. What's the use of freedom if it's not economic freedom?
Oh, I said the first line, and then you start shouting.
But they deal with all the strife.
And Robert Sheehan.
Great meeting that's getting held outside.
Two more, please. Freedom. Economic freedom.
I used them very words just before you came in. A lot of tricksters as I wouldn't want no freedom if they got it from their mothers. Didn't I, Tommy?
I disremember.
The 1916 Rising and showing an Irish patriots.
What are you doing? None of that now. I've something better to be doing besides shenanigan after.
Word noises about corruption.
Yeah, it's a connection.
Well, yes, there was.
There's two laws. There's a law.
Sorry, Sean, I think that...
When can I see the field?
Stay away from that field.
There's cattle of ours there. If the head while you're able, stay away.
That's right. Get the hell out of here now, while you can.
You can see my field anytime,
Shut up! What about my claim?
You've no claim.
Look out for yourself, you. Look out for yourself. Remember that. I'll pay a fair price. God Almighty! It is a sin to cover grass and clover with concrete.
I'll have to be going. There's no one...
Stuck around this hole far too long. I'm telling you.
Sorry, I know what the note is. You don't know you're going to go on until you hear the shh.
I think what you get with just this very short extract, I think, is so you have the public self and the private self. Nobody had ever...
I've stuck around this hole far too long. I'm telling you, it's a bloody quagmire, a backwater, a dead end. And everybody in it goes crazy sooner or later. Everybody. There's nothing about Ballybeg that I don't know already. I hate the place. And the sooner that plane whips me away, the better I like it.
Great stuff. Okay, guys. Lovely.
I live in London, so I went with, I didn't emigrate, but I just moved there, you know, so I think, relate somewhat personally to this. Not because I was frustrated with where I was growing up, but just because London seemed to wash me across or, you know, lure me across.
A whole generation of playwrights was making the theatre a space and undergoing profound changes, could try to figure...
Fascists! Sectarianists! Black and blue-shirted nationalists! With spurs a-jingling, all riding down the trail to Ordenmore.
All those predators that have been mass-produced out of the isolation and loneliness of people, with the hopping on their rubber-soled formulas and equations.
And you're just trying to get to that point.
Theatre was one front in the war for a new Ireland. The leaders of the 1916 Rising...
It's almost like he's describing a dream in that midsection.
It is, yeah.
That he
It is,
had.
yeah. It's a vision of his own death.
Yeah.
It's an Aisling.
In our world today, suicide bombers make videos before they go out to kill and die. They want to leave a record of their thoughts and feelings and motives. Pierce's video is a piece of theatre, The Singer.
That stood cold and silent.
You're breaking it up there.
Oh, yeah. I put in a little comma after love, didn't I?
There isn't, no.
Only love and pity in my heart. And no bitterness.
And no bitterness is a conclusion.
And no bitterness.
That is the point, to be able to die with no bitterness.
Yeah, and no bitterness.
It's like, it's extraordinary.
It's absolutely beautiful, yeah. Cool.
Okay, standing by. And?
Some secret thing that I've no name for. Some feeling that I must see my mother and Colm and Sheila again. A feeling that I must face some great adventure with their kisses on my lips. I seem to see myself brought to die before a great crowd that stood cold and silent. And there were some that cursed me in their hearts for having brought death into their houses. Sad, dead faces seem to reproach me. Oh, the wise, sad faces of the dead. And the keening of the women rang in my ears. But I felt that the kisses of those three, warm on my mouth, would be as wine in my blood, strengthening me to bear what men said, and to die with only love and pity in my heart, and no bitterness.
plays and politics were in bed together.
Trio.
The Conservative, so they tried to keep them in separate beds, backing off to England. But people in
A few years ago, when I was in school, it must be about 6 or 7 years.
Evening paper. Terrible tragedy. Evening paper. Read all about the tragedy. Evening paper.
Maura Cassidy, call Maura Cassidy. Prisoner at the bar, how say you? Guilty or not guilty?
Picking myself up off the ground. Anyhow.
I think there's a kind of reversal thing as well, you know, that the drunken school teacher, he's, you know, and it is actually, I think, almost a classic tragedy, isn't it, Gary, in a way, because there's no way this isn't going to end badly.
Yeah.
Simply because, and it's,
He is hopelessly and tragically, as it turns out, sincere.
Yeah.
If he was a bit wiser. When you're ready, Robbie?
I mean, I feel so cut off from people here. I was trying to explain a few minutes ago how remarkable a community this is, to meet people like yourself and Jimmy Jack who actually converse in Greek and Latin. And your place names. What was the one we came across this morning? Terman, from Terminus, the god of boundaries. It's really astonishing.
We like to think we endure around truths immemorially posited.
And your Gaelic literature, you're a poet yourself.
Only in Latin, I'm afraid.
Well, I understand it's enormously rich and ornate.
Yes, indeed, Lieutenant. A rich language, a rich literature.
Will you stop that nonsense, Father?
Nonsense? What nonsense?
What do you say in this world? That's a wrap.
Cut.
It's a wrap.
Oh, cut. Oh, sorry.
Cut first. Check the gate.
What hope have you to hold to?
My beautiful fields back again. The hope of putting the strangers out of...
That was wonderful. Okay. Standing by, please.
Ireland mustn't be such a bad place if German fellas want to come to Ireland.
They all want to come to Ireland, sure. Germans, dentists, everybody.
And why, I wonder?
Because in Ireland the people are more friendly.
They are, I suppose.
Of course they are, sure. Everybody knows that. Sure, isn't it what we're famed for?
young playwrights like Conor McPherson and Marco Rowe, who emerged in the boom years,